Hello everyone. I know it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Now today I'm going to make one of the items in the decorations that I saw at the Victorian Christmas Samuel Mudd House. And I'm going to make the poinsettia that they had everywhere. So keep watching and I will put in the pictures of what I'm talking about. Now, the way I did this was drawing it on a sheet of paper. So we're going to need paper and a pen. We also need scrapbook paper. I have a piece of lace. They didn't have lace on theirs, but I prefer it, with a needle and knotted thread. I used my Scoreboard. I'm not sure that that's really necessary, but that's what I used. Need some regular tape and glue gun and some little acrylic beads. I wouldn't use my glass beads for this project, so I have some little acrylic beads that I'm going to put on mine. Just whatever you have. Did I say a pair of scissors? I think that's it. Okay, to begin this project, what I did was I just kind of drew out the shape of these petals or leaves. I'm not sure what they are. So I just drew out a basic shape that I was happy with. Then I cut this out, and since I'm extremely poor at art, I traced this so that I have 5 of these. Then I cut them all out. Then I lined them up the way I wanted. I arranged them the way I wanted, and then I taped them all down. Okay, then I traced it out, cut it out, and then, yes, we need some white cardboard. I traced them onto some white cardboard, cereal box, cracker box, whatever you have, because I knew I wanted to make several of them, and this is not going to last very long, not for me anyway. So I cut them out of the cereal box. Then I traced them onto my scrapbook paper, and I was able to get all of them on one piece of scrapbook paper. Now I did the same thing with the leaves, but I made those just 3. But you can make how many ever leaves you want. Okay, so then we cut them out of the scrapbook paper, and we come up with this. And what I did next was I wanted to give them a little bit of dimension, and you can see these are not equally spaced apart. The 2 sides aren't the same. I don't think it matters. If you are a perfectionist, you can make it the way you want. But I'm going to try to put this point into a channel and kind of straighten this out, kind of, sort of. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And just go ahead and make a little score there. And we'll do this on all of the petals. You see how this side is bigger than this side? Trust me, it just doesn't matter. Just a little fun project. Nothing serious here. I'm not even sure you need to score it, but in order for me to fold it, I need to. So that's all we need to do for that. And we're going to do this to each set of petals. And then just simply fold them. Okay, this is the side I traced on, so I'm going to have to go the other way. Just simply give them a crease like that. And you're going to do this on all 5, or 4, sorry, 4. So here we are. This is where we're at now. We have all 4 of these like this. Now the next step is your personal taste. You can just lift these up a little bit. Go around, just lift them up a little bit. And that gives you a little bit of a lift here. And let me show you. This is what it looks like if you just lift it a little bit. Here's another one without the lace, which is the way theirs were, when you just lift it a little bit. Okay, that's what it looks like. Now here's what it looks like when you do it the way I do it. It has a lot more dimension, and I prefer this, but you do it the way you want to. Now if you like the dimension too, we're going to just completely fold these guys over. Just like that. And just do that to all of them. I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt your poinsettia making at this time because I watched it back and I didn't feel like I was very precise on my instructions. So what is going to happen is you're going to draw out your petal, and I drew my largest one out first. And then you're going to do what I said. If you do it my way, you're going to cut this out, trace it so that you have 5 this size, line them up the way you want them, tape them, trace it out and cut it out. But then you need 4 different sizes. So what I did was I traced it out on the sheet of paper again, my largest size, and then I went inside of this largest one to get the smaller size. And then you would do that the same way. You would trace so that you had 5 of these, cut them out, arrange them the way you want them. And then come back and go smaller. Do the same steps, and then your smallest. Okay? And then do them the same way as you did the first one that I showed you. And I hope that makes it better. Okay, back to your poinsettia making. Now, with the leaves, again, it's up to you. I just bring them up a little bit. I don't do a whole lot on the leaves. Just give them a little bit of a bend. And now we just assemble our pieces. I'm using a glue gun. You could use double-sided tape, school glue, glue dots, whatever you want to do. Okay, looks like I need a glue stick. Got that? We have a glue stick. So let's just put a dot of glue in here and get our largest set of petals and place it right on that glue. Now with our next set, we want to alternate it. So we want this to go in between these two. Now you have to really watch what you're doing because they want to line up as they are, but we can't let them do that or our poinsettia will look kind of odd. Get this right where we want it. And that's extremely hot. Okay, our next set. And alternating it. Right down in there. Making sure that the petals go where we want them to. And then our last. Now I must say that the ones in the Victorian Christmas scene that we went to, they were 3 layers of leaves or petals, but I decided I liked 4. There we go. Alternate again. Put it right down in there where you want it. Hold it with something other than your finger. Now, you can just put your little beads in there the way they have it, which will give you this. But I prefer the lace. Now, this piece of lace came from AliExpress, I think. But, you know, use whatever you have. And I kind of just guessed at about how much I want. Now, this is too wide. So what I'm going to do is fold over this edge. And we will go ahead and start stitching across to gather it. Okay. Now we're just going to do, is it called a running stitch? One of these kind of stitches. And I will come back once I sew this all the way across. So I'm at the end now, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that over so that we have a finished end. Now let's just gather this up. And we will put these two ends together on what we consider the back. That's not right. Okay. Put these two ends together. And then we will just take a stitch to lock that in. Alright. Now right here where our two ends meet, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue. Be careful with this. Oh my goodness, that is not a little bit. My hot glue looks burnt. But you know what? We're going to go with it. Okay. If you've ever watched any of my videos where it requires me to use a glue gun, you know that I'm very inept at that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim off this part of the lace that's coming out of my fold here. Wow, my glue definitely looks burnt. Okay. So we're going to put this down into the center, just like that. Again with hot glue, again, be extremely careful. Okay. We're going to call that good enough. Now we need to put in our little beads, which I can't find right this second, so hold on. Okay, I have my beads now. So I'm going to attempt to put some hot glue on the bead so that the holes are facing on the sides rather than top and bottom. I'm just going to stick this in here. And we're going to add two more. And the last one. And of course the last one will plop down there. There we are. There's our little Victorian Poinsettia. And you can use these all over your holiday house. Or at least they did anyway, and I think they're quite cute. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.